India, I think about my dad, of course. I think about my grandparents. And I guess when I think about India, I think of this place that I come from, that's in my blood, but that I was foreign to for so many years. And now, well, it's Kashmir. It's who I am. I remember being a kid and I could do no wrong in my grandpa's eyes, you know. But as to the man that I would become, yeah, he had a lot of opinions about that, yeah.
As I told you before, my dream was for him to become a professor or a MBA like his father. His uncle is a professor in Yale University. And I was thinking that he will become on the same level, same lines.
It's a pecan, maybe.
You're not offer with him.
Yeah,
I knew he really liked music, but I never thought that it was something that he would do exclusively. You know? He was always, we called it dropping beats, making beats. And we always thought it was like a hobby, you know, just taking up a lot of his time.
So I was 15, 16 at this point, and it was time to decide whether or not to go to college. And of course, my dad really wanted me to, but I wanted to make music. And so he sent me to India to learn time management from my grandpa, which basically meant, you know, managing school as my focus and music as a hobby. I'd been to India throughout my childhood, but this time was different. It would be a lot longer, and I would be going alone. I'd be going by myself.
He had come from US. He spent about 2 months with us that time.
I really felt like an American. I mean, my dad came from India in his 20s. He met my mom, who was an American, and I was raised in America. So here I am living in a country very different from the one that I'm used to. And I was very stubborn. Really, I just wanted to be back home making music. I ended up spending a lot of time with the kids in front of our flat, playing soccer. All the conversations, you know, about time management and trying to get me to focus, none of that stuff worked. But when we began to travel and see all these different temples, and he took me to all the hillside stations, I think that's when the sense of pride started to set in, that this really is where I come from. Especially the stories about Kashmir, having to leave, how the village my grandma grew up in now is mostly rubble. That impacted me a lot, and that would become a fire in me that sort of grew and grew. But while I was there, I gotta be honest, I mean, we fought a lot, and he had a lot of trouble understanding my passion for music.
He wouldn't sleep. And on the following day, he kept on repeating the song, Kajrare, Kajrare, Kare, Kare. He was very keen to go in for these CDs. He would always make me out of pocket for buying him CDs everywhere. I once lost my shirt. I said, nice. And why do you want to do another outlet? I think it took 2 seconds to reply. He says, Grandpa, God is one. I said, yes, God is one. Then why do you make me to go to so many temples? I had no answer to this. In Bombay. We wouldn't touch until then.
There was really no option, I realized at the end of it, except to go out and prove in a tangible way the potential that I saw in music.
An average person is saying that I have 2 paths, right? I can go A, which is a risky path, or take the path B, which has less risk, right? And I have my family there to support me. But somebody like him, he doesn't see path B.
I did end up going to college for a year to make my grandpa and my dad happy, but it was so clear after that first year that my heart was in music. I had to drop out, and so I did, and I gave my group, the Cataracts, 1 year to see where it would go.
He said, give me 1 year. Just 1 year, and not more than that.
I moved back in to my mom's house, and I have to give credit to my mom because she dealt with me making music late into the night, every night. I don't know how she did it. Luckily, after a year, things really did start picking up. I mean, we were playing shows as the Cataracts, selling them out. We had some songs on the radio, and we took that momentum and we moved down to Los Angeles with our friend Dev. We met the Far East Movement, and with the help of Dev, we created the song for them, Like a G6. And Like a G6 just blew up like none of us expected that it would. And suddenly, we are surrounded by success like me, David, and Dev had never experienced before.
You know them DJs play it if they say
It's the Cataracts.
He didn't go beyond 1 year. And that time he and they were Cataract were together. He used to come on the radio. And so he said, how can he come on the radio? And he had made a mark with partners. He made a mark.
If you listen to the song when you're on the way to the work and listen to it again on the way back from work on the radio, you know you're famous.
But eventually, I think that same success started to undo what organically was so great about the Cataracts. And eventually, David left the group. I stopped working with Dev. And basically, I had to start over again. In my heart, I knew if I was going to create a new artist project, I would want it to be more personal. The songs about partying and popping bottles in the ice, although they had served us so well as the Cataracts, they weren't what I wanted my legacy to be. As I got older, they weren't really a reflection of who I am. So I reached deeper into myself, and for me, that meant looking to my heritage. It meant looking to India. That's where I came up with the name, Kashmir. For the first year or so, I didn't show my face. I just wanted all the focus to be on the music. And so it was song after song until finally Tiesto brought me out at Ultra.
For the first time, you're gonna see this guy. It's everything in Kashmir. Miami.
And after that, I played my first show at the Fonda Theater. Things just started.
At number 23 in 2015. Please welcome the highest live act of 2016, Kashmir!
Recently, some months back, there was this Kashmir radio station. See how they presented him? And they said he's a boy of this earth. Support him.
10 years later, after my big trip to India, I actually got to bring my grandpa, Dadaji, up on stage with me at the Sunburn Festival in Goa. And he got to see all the people, he got to look out and see all the lights. And I played this old cheesy Bollywood tune, Kajarare, that we used to sing. And the next year, he came again, and we put my grandma up on the screen. We dedicated the show to her. Every show from here is dedicated to them.
Kajirare, kajirare, tere Hare Hare.